We are the hosts of GZM Rewind. I'm Jess.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Dave.
So I'm sitting here with the show creators so we can talk about all things Ice Lions in this bonus episode we dropped in your Imagination Amplified feed.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the bonus. Good to see you. Bonus.
So I binged a lot of Ice Lions yesterday because I had to be ahead of the release schedule for this to go on the feed when it actually, airs. And so I got to listen to like a lot of Ice Lions yesterday. And can I just say, what a special show.
You sent a really nice note that you were crying.
Tears on tears.
I'm not crying, you're crying, right?
I was like walking around LA running errands. And so that was like the soundtrack to my day. And I was just crying on the sidewalk. 2 points really made me cry. The first time was when they were pushing the tire up
the hill, yeah. And they
that
finally
was
worked together.
Really smart. And also when they were all eating together after that, like that was really special. And of course...
At Isaac's house, right?
Yeah. In the kind of slums, yeah.
And of course, honestly, once they said, it wasn't even when the goal happened. It was when they decided what their goal was for the game.
Yep. For
some reason, that was the thing that really got me, that it was just for everybody about playing the game together and trying their hardest, and that was what they needed to achieve. And it was so, like, sometimes when you say that out loud, it sounds like it's going to be corny, and it just wasn't. It was perfect.
The scene just... while I'm putting together the scene stuff, I always text Dave when I'm crying. The one scene that got me every time, and of course I have to listen to these things a bazillion times as I'm putting them together, right? Is when she shows up at the airport with the uniforms.
The uniforms. Yeah.
Oh no, that one too. Oh my gosh. Just imagining it, oh my gosh, that was so good.
Yeah, Miss Bakari at the airport with the uniforms.
Yeah, that really got me. And how did we cast this so well? The actors were
so good.
Out of this world. Sam is so... I get a kick out of him so much.
It's funny, I opened the sessions the other day to look for something, and just the amount of actors, because, I have the session as every actor. It's so many actors. I mean, it's just like crazy amount of people when you look at the...
And they all recorded on their own because the booth we used there was just one individual booth.
Oh, yeah, it was small. Yeah.
But they're so great. Katenzi played John, and Neville, who's the narrator, all just great.
Yeah.
Was it what you expected, Jess? I mean,
it was not.
Yeah.
I have to compliment GZM as a whole on our two sports stories. Like the show says, are not like, and then we won the Olympics.
Right.
And then we won the Super Bowl. They're realistic and they're grounded. And I mean, this is based on a true story, so of course it's realistic and grounded. But I honestly expected it to be a bit more along the general storyline of sports team coming from nothing and then achieving something big. It didn't follow that line at all. And I was surprised at every turn of what was going to happen. So no, it was not what I expected.
How did you think the music worked? The
music worked extremely well.
It was fun to do. Really
Yeah,
fun.
Tell me more about the music and your inspiration for it.
Well, when you go into these things, sometimes a lot of times you just sort of have to put one foot forward and you don't really know what's going to happen. So when I flew to Kenya to do a lot of the score.
So what was the city called?
Oh, it was called Kilifi. It's a little coastal town. And so I only had a week, so I just tried to get as much stuff as I could, and then I kind of built a lot of it when I got back. And then I continued to write just on my own as we were doing the show. So what I tried to do was offer some type of new music every episode. So you get to hear a new piece of music at some point in each episode, and then the rest is operating as, So I would spend time each thing to sort of either write something or create something or use something from some of the stuff that we recorded in a new way. So that was sort of like...
Did you learn a lot about Kenyan music that you didn't know before?
What I loved, this is like so nerdy musical, but what I loved about making the music is that there's such a freedom in not just Kenyan music, but African music in general, right? Like a lot of the times, and I can only say it in like a lot of times, like, when I'm writing something, because I come from a very precise jazz background in a way where like everything has to line up and is metronomically perfect and has the right notes over the right chord tones and the right chords that are happening at the right time. You know what I mean? It was really freeing that there's a looseness to it that just is so natural, and it's just about the people performing it. So when I was doing stuff after I got back that I was writing myself, what I took from those Kenya sessions was this sort of sense of looseness. So what it allowed me to do is I forced myself to work very fast and not think about it too much. And those are the tracks that I'm most
And where it was working with the musicians, they're so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest thing I took away was just this that it's about the people and it's not so much about the technical aspects of the music. It's about the people playing the music.
And isn't that a good metaphor for also the story?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure is. Yeah.
There you go. Dave, I want to know more about the writing process, how you found the story and what you took from trueness and how you adapted it.
Yeah, someone sent us this, just a video, a producer that we've been working with sent us this video of the Real Ice Lions who'd made a trip to Canada at one point. They were sponsored by Tim Hortons, and they came over to play sort of like a friendly, to come over, and they bought them their uniforms, and it just seemed such a great story. And
I remember when you texted me, Dave. That was so long
and
ago,
they were, their goal was to make the Olympics at this point. And then, we learned that they basically got shut down for 2 years because of COVID, because the rink was shut down. And it just was, one challenge after another.
Great story of the ice melting all the time in the rink.
And all this trouble with the government, trying to get recognized by the government. But there was, all kinds of things going on. And so we kind of settled on this, maybe the best way to tell this story for GZM especially is with the kids and the foundation of this. And we talked a lot about are we going to get them to the world championships, and it all felt false to really jump them ahead 5 steps of where they are. And they've made, great progress. They have all these, they now have a lot of people. It started as basically 1 or 2 people, and they now have a women's team and a junior team, and it's growing by the day. But, that seemed like the story to tell. And then figuring out how we were gonna pull this off was really, we had conversations of we had to say, are we going to cast it here? Are we going to cast it there? Are we going to find people to do the accents? And that just seemed
way
impossible.
better.
And this was 100% the only choice that we could have made.
There was a momentous point where we finished the very last recording, almost to the day a year after we started the first recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing. Yeah.
And it was, the recording, we've talked a little bit about it, but there were challenges, just the infrastructure. It's a very young industry over there, and they lost power a lot while we were recording, and the internet was pretty wobbly at times. There was some political and social unrest that we had to stop for a while because things were going on in the country.
Yep.
But they were so committed to this project and loved it and were so passionate about it. All the kids and all the production staff. It was just, it's really inspiring.
Yeah, listeners, if you haven't gone and watched the video they made from recording the first session, it's such a fun video to see them all working on it.
I think I'm most proud of the fact is I mean, I could be wrong. I don't listen to every podcast out there, obviously, or every audio drama.
You don't listen to every podcast?
Well, no, but what I'm saying
90% of them.
What I'm saying is that, I don't know, this feels pretty unique.
Yes.
I don't know of anybody else that's attempted
that's
this or tried this on this sort of level. So that's something to be. I've always
Something
felt
to
super
pat
proud
yourself
of
on
it.
the
Yeah, I
back
feel
about-
super
Wait,
proud of
truly?
it that we pulled it off. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I really loved it, and I hope that y'all listeners loved it too. And by the reviews, people really do love it.
That's great.
For good reason. So thank you so much for listening, y'all.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Enjoy.